Hello everyone. Today we are going to study about blockchain technology, and in that we are going to study about Ethereum token. So what are basically Ethereum token? The popular cryptocurrency and blockchain system Ethereum is based on, uh, that is Ethereum, it is based on the use of token which can be bought, sold or traded. So these tokens are used to buy, purchase, or sell the assets. Assets can be anything, like skills of a character in a game, lottery tickets, financial assets, ounce of in gold, or lot or any gift amount. Okay. Essentially, Ethereum tokens are smart contracts that make use of the Ethereum blockchain. This tokens are using the smart contracts. They are totally dependent on the Ethereum blockchain network to carry out their working, and smart contract is used to design the code of those tokens. One of the most significant Ethereum token is ERC20. About this, we are going to study later. Now, what are basically tokens? So tokens can virtually be anything, like reputation point in an online platform, skills of a character, bonus points, lottery tickets, financial assets like a share in a company, a fiat currency like USD, and an ounce of gold. The only thing we have to keep in mind is that token uses smart contract, and this smart contracts requires coding, and for coding we require functions. So each uh, and for functions, to define functions we require standard. So that's why we have different types of ERC standards like ERC20, which is basically a standard interface for fungible, that is interchangeable tokens like voting token, staking token, or virtual currency. Then we have ERC223, a standard that allows token transfer to behave exactly as Ether transaction. Then we have ERC721, a standard interface for non-fungible token. Since fungible means interchangeable, so non-fungible means non-interchangeable. That is a deed for a artwork or a song. After that, we have ERC777. So ERC777 allows people to build extra functionality on top of token, such as a mixer contract for improved transaction privacy or an emergency recovery function to bail you out if you lose your private key. We have last but not the least, ERC1155. It allows for more efficient trades and bundling of transaction, thus saving cost. This token standard allow for creating both utility token and non-fungible token. These are the certain types of ERC standards. There are other ERC standards as well, like ERC1820, which we are going to study later on. Now, coming to our first standard, that is ERC20. In this slide, in this PPT, we are going to study about ERC20, ERC2023, ERC777. So ERC20, the full form of ERC is Ethereum request for commit, and 20 is just a number assigned to this standard. So standard has emerged as a technical standard. It is used for all smart contracts on the Ethereum blockchain for token implementation and provides a list of rules that all Ethereum based token must follow. Ethereum was launched in 2015, and since then it has become one of the driving forces behind the popularity of cryptocurrency. In the Ethereum system, token represent a diverse range of digital assets, such as vouchers, IOUs, or even real-world tangible object. So essentially, Ethereum tokens are smart contracts that make use of the Ethereum blockchain, totally dependent on the Ethereum blockchain network. ERC20 is similar in some respect to Bitcoin, Litecoin, and any other cryptocurrency. ERC20 tokens are blockchain-based assets that have value and can be sent and received. The primary difference is that instead of running on their own blockchain, ERC20 are issued on Ethereum network. So basically, it is a standard interface for fungible tokens like voting tokens, staking tokens, or virtual currencies. Various functionalities provided by ERC20 are as follow. First is transfer token from one account to another. Get the current token balance of an account. For example, if you want to know the current token balance, you can go for this particular functionality, and to use the functionality, we have functions which we are going to study in next slide. Get the total support of the token available on the network. Approve whether an amount of token from an account can be spent by a third party account. So these are the certain functionalities of ERC20. After that, now in terms of implementation coding for ERC20 tokens, the 6 basic coding functions. So in terms of implementation coding for ERC20 token, the basic coding functions are total supply to get to know about the exact supply of token on the network, balance of to know the balance of your account, allowance, transfer to transfer the token from one uh, user to another, transfer, approve is used for the receiving approval of receiving the token, then transfer from that from where the token is being transferred. These are the 6 basic coding functions which are used to carry out the functionality of ERC20 tokens. But these coding functions are integral for user or token implementation, specifically in determining the amount of token in circulation, storing and returning balances, making transfer and withdrawal request, and granting approval and agreeing to automated transfer. Taken together, this set of functions and signals ensures that Ethereum tokens of different types with all uniformly perform in any place within the Ethereum system. So now there are certain drawback. There is some drawback of ERC20. So ERC20 is only a guideline, and people are free to implement the required function however they like. And because they are free to use any kind of function they want, any input they want, this has led to some interesting problems. Like for example, if you want to buy some tokens, you have to send some ether to the send some ether to the smart contract. Okay, but what if the sender has sent tokens instead of ether to the smart contract? So if the contract is not designed with this in mind, with this in the sense, if with the input of token in mind, then it will result in the token being lost. So we have, because of this, we have invested token, and this investment has gone in vain because our investment has got lost. So this causes a trouble. This is a problem. And to solve this problem, we are now working on ERC223 to improve to reduce the flaw of ERC20. So ERC223 is basically a token standard. It is a proposed resolution for the ERC20 bug. How it handles it basically utilizes event handling to prevent token from being lost in an unhandled transaction. So thereby this improved standard resolves the ERC20 critical bug by making the transfer function throw an error on an invalid transfer and cancelling the transaction so no funds are lost. In short, ERC223 focuses on security. It behaves exactly as Ether transactions. It prevents token from being lost. And how it solves that problem and what other problem it creates basically. So first of all, ERC223 adds parameter to the transfer function, additional parameter of checking whether the receiving address is contract account is added to the transfer function. To modify the transfer method, to check whether the receiving address is a contract or not. If it is a contract, then it assumes that there is a token fallback function to call it. This token fallback function, if is used to call back the token so that the transaction doesn't burn the token. Like if there is a, if the user has supplied, tokens instead of ether, your token fallback function will be called and it returns that token. It does not let the token to get burned. But what if the token fallback function does not exist? Then the receiving contract, the one that is receiving the contract, receiving contract, or the one that is receiving the tokens, fallback function will be called and the sent tokens may still be lost. Because of this function, it will receive the token because of the fallback, because the receiving contract's fallback function will be called. So whatever the token they are receiving, they will call, and thus if instead of ether the token is passed as an input, then they will be lost. Again, because of this problem, we have developed another standard, that is ERC777. So ERC777 is an improved proposal to the ERC20 bug. How it improves? It introduces new functions like send instead of transfer, authorize operator instead of approve, and token received instead of fallback. So this ERC777 is a new fungible token standard that relies on ERC1820. How it relies on ERC1820, we will see it later on, but right now, please pay attention that ERC777 takes advantage of ERC1820 standard, and it tries to solve the ERC20's problem, such as lack of transaction handling mechanism that led to the loss of billions of dollars from the Ethereum ecosystem. Okay. As I told you, there are many standards. So this is one of the standard, ERC1820. It is basically contract pseudo introspection registry. Basically create a central registry of contract. So in short, ERC777 focuses on adoption by offering a wide range of transaction handling mechanism. The main advantage of ERC777 is that it uses a new method of recognizing the contract interface. This standard assumes that there is a central registry of contract on Ethereum network. This is defined in ERC1820. So everyone can invoke this registry to know if a certain address supports a particular token or not. Thus, it creates problem. What problem? That we don't know what kind of function the contract will implement. Since this registry is accessible to every user, they can use any kind of contract. So what you can do, you can create a token that will implement ERC20's default function alongside the new ERC777 function without any overrides. Or you can simply use ERC1820 to solve this problem, and thus ERC777 will take advantage of, since it relies on 1820, so it take advantage of 1820's ability. And once you implement ERC20's default function with ERC777, it guarantees a good network effect for this new token standard and faster adoption. And as practice shows, the main goal of token developer is to raise money, which assumes that they need to push their token to exchanges. So it is easier for exchange to support a token that implements legacy ERC20 functions, because ERC20 is the basic. After ERC20, we have developed other functions so as to reduce the flaw of ERC20. So if the exchange supports the legacy 20 functions, then without any such a new functionality, new tokens can be implemented, can be shared. So the easier it is for exchange to support tokens on a new standard, the more developer will use it. And this boosts the adoption of ERC777 while ERC223 lack this property. So how this ERC777 works? You can see here we have a sender, and this sender will use a send function to send tokens or ether or whatever he wants to the receiver. So this send function will be initiated from the sender itself, and it consists of tokens. Now, instead of directly connecting the sender to the receiver or the recipient, we have in between ERC777 and registry, that is ERC1820 standard. What these two standards will do: first, the send function is accepted at ERC777 and it will implement get interface implementer. It will check whether the sender's address is present in the registry or not. Okay, whether the token is registered or not, and the token has to get registered if they want to further use their tokens for transaction. So the token or the sender's address must be present in the registry, and once it is validated from the registry, then this registry will tell you who is the recipient or what is the address of the recipient, and it gives you a callback. See, get interface implemented will again this registry, from the registry a call is made to the ERC777. This call consists of recipient's address. So once ERC777 receives the address, it uses token received function to call to send the token to the recipient. Okay, so recipient will accept the token from the sender through token received function. This is just a simple working of ERC777. And this send and receive functions, they are basically hook functions. And what are hooks? Hooks are a function described in the code of smart contract. As you know, everything here, the functions which we are using here, they are all basically coding functions, right? They are implemented in a smart contract. So hooks are basically code of a smart contract, and hooks get called when tokens are sent or received through the contract. This allows a smart contract to react to incoming or outgoing tokens. So smart contract is defined here through hooks, send and receive hooks. It accepts the packet, it accepts the token, and let go the tokens. So the hooks are registered and discovered using ERC1820 standard. Now, if we want to use when to use which token, suppose this is up till here we have studied about the 3 types of token standards. Now, for example, we want to know when to use which token. So you can go for a comparison, and according to your situation, you can select any kind of standard. So ERC223 as well as 777, both are compatible with ERC20 token standard. But ERC20 is basically, it is said that when you want your investor to lose money because of bug, you can go for ERC20 only. Otherwise, you can go with ERC20 and 23, like that. You can combine the 2 standards. ERC223, this token standard is also usable alongside with ERC777. And ERC777 has some elegant features that ERC223 lacks. But the logic of ERC223 is straightforward, whereas the logic of 777 is kind of complicating, or is more error prone. So ERC223 and also ERC223 is not relying on any central registry, right? Unlike 777, which relies on 1820 central registry for contracts, 223 is not relying on any central services. So this ERC223 token will only depend on your implementation. Whereas 777 is currently in use and it has some security flaw as they rely on contract registry. So these are the certain points which you can refer when you want to implement a standard to create your token. And these tokens can be created. You can create your own token. You can build your own smart contract using, there is a website known as Token Factory in which you can create your token. These are the references which I have used in these slides to create these slides. So yes, that's it. In this presentation, we have studied about ERC, basically Ethereum tokens, and the types of ERC standards. And specifically, we have studied about ERC20, ERC223, which overcomes the flaw of ERC20, and there is also ERC777, which overcomes the flaw of 20 as well as 223 by implementing new standards and new functions, okay, so as to handle the transaction mechanism. Okay. Thank you. That's all.